Welcome back, YouTubers, to Q&A 196, the Q&A after 195, logically. And I am Mr. Parkin. This guy sitting next to me, of course, he's followed the buzzards. It's NJ. What's up? Can we call you NJ Wyatt now on, or is this just a one-off thing?
One-off.
One-off NJ Wyatt.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Ask us any questions you have in the comment section below. That is the one and only place I'll take the questions from. We are the British Fist. We're gonna get on with this Q&A. What on earth are you doing? Oh, you saw one of my hats. That's good. Robert Hernandez asked us the first question. Who would you rather see HBK fight at a WrestleMania? Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, or CM Punk?
Got my answer.
I think the answer's easy. Go on, you go.
It's not going to be the same as yours, I don't think.
Oh, go on.
Because he gets ripped. And the reason I want to see it is because, you know, the Shelton Benjamin, Evan Bourne kind of things. They could do impressive stuff out of nowhere. And Shawn Michaels would just do a kick, you know.
Right.
I'd say Dolph Ziggler.
Really? Did you really bring...
You've seen Shelton Benjamin. You saw that was a good match.
Yeah, but HBK versus Dolph Ziggler? Like, really?
I know, he gets back.
You're going to bring HBK back. Give him a big name, like a CM Punk. You know, if CM Punk comes back, I mean, if HBK wanted CM Punk, I'd watch that. I'd watch HBK versus Daniel Bryan, but I'd want HBK versus CM Punk more, not Dolph Ziggler.
I'd say Punk and Austin. HBK, I just say with the bring back the Shelton Benjamin, so Shawn Michaels is helping Dolph Ziggler, unless the concussion thing happens again.
Are you trying to get the IWC on your side, and you're trying to make the IWC hate me or something? I suppose, how can we go wrong? The IWC loves all these three guys, so we could say...
They do.
I'd have to, if I was going to piss the IWC off, I'd say none of them. I want HBK to face Roman Reigns.
Well, that'd be good, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Jack Johnson version 3. Should Roman Reigns change his gear and theme song? I don't know. I mean, I just can't help but think if WWE changed the theme song, that they would just change it to something ridiculously, just ridiculous.
Cesaro, that was just an example. They had a good theme for him, changed it. I think with Roman Reigns, I think what he's got fits him in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds people of The Shield, and everyone loved The Shield, didn't they?
They did indeed.
So, why bother changing it? I mean, if what his looks like and what he sounds like reminds people of a faction they all loved, then you might as well keep it.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Should. Who
will have the better career in WWE, Finn Balor or Sami Zayn? I think Sami Zayn is one of those guys that while he is very good and while he is, in my opinion, one of the best babyfaces in WWE right now, I think he's one of those guys that's going to have to work really, really, really hard against the grain that WWE sets for its main eventers in order to be a big star. Whereas I think Finn Balor does have a little bit more to offer in terms of what I believe WWE would want to push. Like I said in the last Q&A, the only thing bringing him back is the fact that I believe he's 32, 33. I'd say personally Finn Balor, but I think Sami Zayn, with the crowd support he's got on NXT, etc., he could be the next sort of similar thing to Daniel Bryan, perhaps.
Even though I'm gradually coming into NXT, yes, I'm delayed, but I was more of a review watcher, but now I'm actually watching NXT. With the amount I've heard of Balor over Zayn, even though there was a championship run there, I think Balor is the one that's possibly getting a little bit more praise than Zayn.
So, question. I know you watch my reviews.
Yes.
What other people review NXT? Because I really don't know many people that review it.
Some people started to, but they thought, no. I don't know why they stopped, but there's only the one I watch. Maybe you could point out some others, but...
So would you say I was the only person that consistently reviews the show?
From what I've noticed, yes.
Oh, bloody hell, that's...
There's the Lex Man, but one that is always praising it, pointing up the few flaws and the compliments.
Deluxe Man?
No, you.
Oh, me. Oh, good. Yes. Can Lesnar and Reigns put on a WrestleMania-worthy main event at WrestleMania 31? I don't know, because I know Roman Reigns, obviously, he can't lead a match because he's obviously been very inexperienced in that sense. I think Lesnar is going to have to pull out a lot of the stops leading the match, but I don't think they're going to have like a 4-star match, 4.5-star kind of main event, but I think it's one of those main events where it's all about putting Roman Reigns over. Kind of like the main events to WrestleMania 21 were. You know, you had Triple H putting over Batista in an okay match. You had John Cena getting put over by JBL in what was an awful match. But still, at the end of the day, those two matches, no matter how bad they were, still made two guys that were going to forefront the WWE for the next 10 plus years. I mean, that's what it's more about, in my opinion.
I look at this match and I think this is going to be better than Brock Lesnar Big Show in any way, shape or form. And I think when it comes to Roman Reigns, I think he could benefit from this match. I really do, because he's against Brock Lesnar, the championship's involved. I just think there needs to be more of a proper build-up between these two. But I think for a main event for these two, I think it's someone different in the WrestleMania main event. I'm, in a way, looking forward to it, even though I don't care ever so much about Reigns. So, worthy main event compared to what could have happened is Brian Lesnar.
I mean, the problem is, right, is you've already had Brock Lesnar face John Cena quite a lot of times now, and really that would be the only WrestleMania-worthy main event you can have with Brock Lesnar. I mean, Lesnar versus Orton, Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan, in my opinion, not really WrestleMania-worthy. So the only person you really had to go with was John Cena, and that really does stem a lot on the fact that WWE doesn't really have too many stars. Now, why not, instead of putting in a guy that's put in a younger guy that you know could probably, that you know you're going to put some faith into from now on, and put him in that main event and give him that rub.
A bit delayed because the WWE, I've noticed, are just concentrating on some, gradually adding more, but not enough to give us more variety for Lesnar.
Aaron Crace, what about DX versus The Shield?
That is the idea if they were to bring back The Shield in a year, 3 years.
They already faced Evolution, which is, DX, I mean, I suppose could happen. I mean, are they going to go up against Triple H, Shawn Michaels, or is it going to be Triple H, Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn? I mean, I don't know.
I think it's going to be more likely Triple H with New Age Outlaws.
See, in that case, I don't see it happening. I think Evolution, that was pretty good in how they did that. But DX, no, without Shawn Michaels, I'm sorry, that would not be a big enough match in my opinion. Not to bring the Shield back anyway. Would you like to see X-Pac have one last match? No.
Even though he gets a lot of criticism, he's not the guy that WWE brought back to rebuild the DX. So I think the only reason I'd have him come back is if it was to reform DX for a short period of time, not him on his own.
Yeah, I don't really see any point in them bringing back a DX, not a DX, an X-Pac in my opinion. It's just he hasn't been around for a while. I think even if he had one last match in TNA, it would still get shat on. So no. Would Shawn Michaels have one last WrestleMania match, or should Shawn Michaels have one last WrestleMania match? No, he's already retired in the best way you can. Let that be the legacy.
It's a bit like him and Taker, in my opinion. I know I've spoken to a few people about Lesnar, and Taker. This question's not related to Taker, but Shawn Michaels went into a match where it's over. It's over. That's how it should stay. And I just don't think Shawn Michaels could, as much as we spoke about the DX stuff, I don't think he should.
No, I mean his unlike Ric Flair, Ric Flair had a great send off, went to TNA, ruined his legacy. Now he's having to live his legacy through his youngest daughter. And Shawn Michaels he has a great legacy. There's no reason for him to come back in a wrestling capacity. There's just no reason for it. What about at WrestleMania 31? If Sting wins, the Authority are to disband. If Triple H wins, Sting has to leave WWE. I think they're going to have to do some sort of stipulation like that. Otherwise, Sting versus Triple H in just a match. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in one bit.
This is where my counterpoint is, because I've heard that theory, Authority disband. They've done it Survivor Series, and I'm just like, well, before Survivor Series, and now they're going to rehash breaking up the Authority again in a short period of time. The only thing I think is that you say that these two just face each other off is not good enough, but to be honest, I wouldn't rehash breaking up the Authority, because just like you said, some fans wanted the Authority back, some were glad they were broken up. And breaking up again, who's going to take over? I know it's another story to go forward, but the way they've been going is that Triple H is really pissed off with Sting, so that could be just a reason to fight, because Sting keeps getting involved in Triple H's business. Triple H is pissed off, wants to destroy Sting. I just don't believe in rehashing something that's already happened.
Paul Erickson Alejandrino again. What did you think of the cancelled WWE Network? Yeah, that was at Royal Rumble, wasn't it? When Roman Reigns won and Daniel Bryan didn't. I think fans were pissed off with the way Roman Reigns won and the fact that Big Show and Kane were the last two, apart from Roman Reigns, and the reaction that it got from the crowd. And I think it's mainly due to the fact that people have this vision that Daniel Bryan should be main event in this year's WrestleMania. And I'm sorry, but why should Daniel Bryan this year main event WrestleMania? He's not on any kind of roll. You know, I understand that they were pissed off about the elimination from the Royal Rumble, but the bottom line is at the time, WWE made some terrible booking mistakes with the Royal Rumble. It was awful, but to do the hashtag cancel WWE Network, I mean, again, it's an example of fans trying to hijack a show. They thought, oh, well, it worked last year. Well, let's see if it works this year. I mean, I've cancelled my subscription to the WWE Network. I'm not going on Twitter saying, oh, cancel WWE Network hashtag.
I really believe this one's absolutely ridiculous because the WWE put a lot of money into it. So they're going to start something. It's going to flood Twitter for a couple of weeks, month, and that will die out because WWE are not going to ever do it whatsoever. And yes, you say about it happened at the Rumble because of Reigns and stuff, but I'm sure Vince McMahon's laughing that fans are complaining at that fact because Daniel Bryan.
At the end of the day, they're at 1 million subscribers. You know, they've lost, I think at the time that this went out, they lost maybe 20,000 subscribers or something like that, which is nothing when you've got 1 million subscribers, net subscribers. So I don't think WWE really gave a shit. I think, to be honest, it probably got them more publicity in the long run than it did really have any negative effect on the subscriptions. Probably. What did you think of Bubba Ray Dudley's return at the Royal Rumble? I mean, yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, they're not going to do anything with him. No, Devon wasn't there, which was kind of disappointing. In fact, instead it was R-Truth. It was okay, but that was it. Yeah. No
disrespect. I don't think this is a strong enough question to finish the Q&A on, but if he came back as Bubba Ray for the fans who knew who he was and stuff, but I feel if you weren't going to bring back for old tag team to have a run, because I keep saying you bring back ex-main eventers, a few tag teams every few months. I think the Dudleys, because you can't bring back the Hardy, the Edge and Christian for their reason, so bring back the Dudleys would have been a nice reaction thing. But it was nice to see him, a good little spot, but nothing long term which the WWE could have made use of.
It was a one-time special thing. Fine. Renegade Man 83. Going to end on a Roman Reigns question and a Lucha Underground question as well. Oh dear. How do you feel with the Royal Rumble match, and do you think it's low on WWE's part? They tried to kill the momentum of the fan favourites, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, and Ziggler, only for WWE forcing the fans to cheer for Roman Reigns. Even Bray Wyatt's momentum was killed off. Rock couldn't even get him over. Okay, we need to get out of this mindset that our guys have to win all the time. I mean, bottom line is WWE see money in Roman Reigns, and he won the Royal. They're trying to push this guy big, and he won the Royal Rumble. Oh no, Dolph Ziggler didn't win the Royal Rumble. Dean Ambrose didn't win the Royal Rumble. Daniel Bryan didn't win the Royal Rumble. Do you know what? They shouldn't have fucking won the Royal Rumble. Was Dolph Ziggler or Dean Ambrose or Daniel Bryan on any kind of roll that would suggest that they could win the Royal Rumble? No, because as soon as Dolph Ziggler won that match at Survivor Series, he was he jobbing to Luke Harper at TLC, and then was a non-factor in the WWE since. So why would I think that even if Dolph Ziggler did win the Royal Rumble, WWE would do something with him? I mean, this is just ridiculous. Oh, Daniel Bryan didn't win. Well, you know what? He didn't fucking deserve to win.
As much as I heard people's opinion on why Bryan should win compared to Roman Reigns, I still thought Reigns and Lesnar would have been the possible better match, and Reigns' moment for WrestleMania over Daniel Bryan has already had his moment. But I understand the argument about Dean Ambrose, Ziggler, because when they got eliminated, they were like dead. Just
this is what I wanted to say. This is what I wanted to bring on. I think the booking of the Rumble was awful. I think the booking of the Royal Rumble was one of the worst booked Royal Rumbles I've ever seen in my life. Having Kane and Big Show, these two old guys in WWE, basically eliminating guys like Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt like they were trash. I thought that was one of the. I think that's another one of the reasons why, because then Roman Reigns eliminates them two, so that kind of translates onto Roman Reigns a little bit. The whole booking, and you're with me, the booking of the Rumble was one of the worst booked Rumbles I've ever seen in my life. It was shoddy at best.
Apart from the returns and the little surprise factor of Rusev at the end, it was not a good Rumble.
Yes, and Renegade Man, we will answer your next two questions in our next Q&A. We thought that would be a good one to end on. When The Rock can't get you over, then you've got problems. And I don't blame Roman Reigns. I blame the WWE's booking of this Royal Rumble and the fact they didn't really give Roman Reigns a great momentum going into the Rumble.
Believe that.
Yes, I do definitely believe that. But anyway, make sure you stay here next week for our next Q&A. Of course, I'll leave NJ to play you guys out, as he does so gracefully.
Thank you very much for watching, YouTubers. This has been a fun Q&A and more positive than last week. But all I can say is, as you've heard once again, it's the booking of important aspect of the WWE that let us down. But I'll be one of the fans to say it. Good luck 2015. And fans, please, 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 friends of the British Fist, send in your questions in the comment section below. Keep us going. Give us another 100 questions to keep us going to 300.
Good luck.
Until next time, YouTubers, thank you very much. And run.